Have you ever just sat on your bed after a long day, looked at your phone, and felt completely, utterly exhausted by modern dating? Giving absolutely everything you have to someone only to constantly wonder where you stand? Well, if that's you, I am so glad you're here with me today. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're gonna have a really warm, honest conversation about shifting the energy we bring into relationships so you can naturally attract emotionally mature, beautiful love. So take a deep breath. You are in exactly the right place.
Have you ever wondered why some women just seem to effortlessly attract these confident, grounded men, while the rest of us find ourselves caught in these endless, exhausting cycles of confusion and relationship anxiety? Maybe you've felt that way yourself, right? I know I have. Most women believe it's about saying the exact right thing or, playing hard to get. But the hidden truth is, it isn't about your physical beauty, and it certainly isn't about playing games. The secret actually lies in your energy. But to truly understand this, we have to start with a truth that most of us get completely wrong.
Which brings us to redefining high-quality love.
To attract better love, we first have to fundamentally redefine what we're actually looking for in a partner. Society always tells us to look for, wealth, status, or this picture-perfect lifestyle. But think about it. What good is a luxurious lifestyle if your nervous system is constantly on edge? An emotionally mature man actually looks like this. He communicates honestly. He keeps his promises. He respects your boundaries instead of constantly pushing them. He takes responsibility for his actions, and he genuinely supports your growth instead of competing with it. Because true quality, it's about emotional maturity and feeling profoundly safe with someone.
There is a quote I absolutely love. Emotionally healthy people are rarely attracted to emotional games. They're attracted to emotional safety. And honestly, that is the core of what we're unpacking today. Our goal here isn't to learn how to manipulate someone into liking you. It's to help you become a woman who naturally creates and, more importantly, recognizes healthy relationships when they finally arrive. And, feeling safe enough to actually accept them. But here's where most women get it wrong.
Let's talk about cultivating emotional safety.
So rule number one is all about becoming emotionally safe rather than emotionally perfect. So many of us carry this incredibly heavy burden of believing we need to be flawless just to earn love, right? Like we have to be always calm, perfectly put together, always positive. But that toxic pressure actually blocks true intimacy. What an emotionally mature man is really looking for is emotional safety. He wants to know that you can express your feelings without attacking, that you can disagree with respect, and most importantly, that you can repair trust after a conflict. Perfection is a total illusion. Safety is what actually builds deep, lasting trust. And that leads us perfectly into rule number two. We are so often taught to be mysterious, right? To play hard to get, or act like a damsel just waiting around for a rescuer. But here is the real truth. Building a life you genuinely enjoy is infinitely more attractive than playing games. A woman with her own hobbies, goals, deep friendships, and just personal joy outside the relationship brings a completely different, beautifully grounded energy into love. Healthy love grows between two whole, fulfilled people, not two halves desperately looking for someone to complete them. But there's another reason we sometimes settle for less, and it's one nobody really talks about.
And that is choosing standards over loneliness.
Rule number three requires a lot of honesty and honestly, a little bit of grace for ourselves. We have to stop asking, how can I make him choose me? And start asking, does this relationship bring out the healthiest version of me? Because loneliness has this really quiet, sneaky way of lowering our standards. We end up excusing disrespect or accepting these tiny emotional crumbs simply because we're terrified of having nothing. But this one simple mindset shift changes absolutely everything. The right relationship doesn't just make your heart race, it literally helps your nervous system relax. It brings out your peace, not your panic. Next, we're focusing on actions over confusion. Rule number four tells us to stop chasing clarity from someone who keeps choosing confusion. So many of us get completely stuck decoding text messages, agonizing over silences, and clinging to empty words, hoping things will change. But a woman resting in her self-worth, she pays attention to consistent patterns of behavior, not just pretty promises. Confusion is not a personality trait, my friends. It is simply information. If you are constantly wondering where you stand, that in itself is the answer. We really have to learn to listen to the observable truth. Now let's explore the art of receiving. Rule number five challenges a deeply ingrained belief, and it is exactly where so many of us stumble: the art of receiving. You see, many of us grew up believing that love must be earned through overfunctioning, giving more, fixing more, sacrificing more of ourselves. But I want you to try this instead. Step one, let him plan a date. Step two, accept a compliment with a simple smile instead of instantly minimizing it. Step 3, just allow yourself to be cared for. Healthy love is a balanced exchange. It's not a performance you have to constantly put on. When you allow yourself to receive, you aren't showing weakness. You are building profound, intimate trust. And the next point? Well, it changed everything for me.
Because trust requires real clarity, we arrive at rule number 6. We need to communicate our needs with honesty, rather than through hidden tests. There is a massive difference between hoping someone magically reads your mind and actively inviting them into your world. Emotionally mature men absolutely appreciate clarity. Becoming distant just to see if he'll chase you or giving the silent treatment, those are trauma responses, not relationship builders. Our goal should always be to build love through honest, clear communication, rather than testing it from a place of fear.
Which brings us to our final theme, never abandon yourself. We have reached rule number 7, which is really the climax of this entire inward journey. And listen, if you take nothing else away from today's explainer, please let it be this. A relationship should never, ever cost you your peace. If you find yourself shrinking, hiding your true opinions, or abandoning your core values just to avoid rejection, you are teaching your nervous system a very dangerous lesson. You're basically teaching yourself that being loved by someone else matters more than being authentic to who you are.
Because the beautiful truth is the right man won't ask you to become smaller. He will actually encourage you to become more fully yourself. Emotionally healthy love creates this expansive, safe space for both people to grow. It never requires self-abandonment. When you finally find the right dynamic, you will literally feel more like yourself than you ever have before.
Let's talk about the greatest shift. So, let's bring this all together. The old goal was all about earning love, sacrificing your authenticity, playing exhausting dating games, and constantly hustling for your worth. But the new goal is entirely different. It's about creating healthy love by connecting deeply to your own values. Have you noticed how absolutely none of the rules we discussed today involve manipulation? That's because the healthiest relationships begin the very day you stop believing you have to betray yourself to be loved. You simply stop asking, how do I attract someone, and start asking, how do I become a woman who recognizes and protects healthy love? And that brings us to the end of our journey today. I really want to leave you with this one question to think about. Which of these 7 rules challenged you the most? I highly encourage you to reflect on your own journey, and please, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Step confidently into the love you truly deserve, because your first responsibility isn't convincing someone else to see your worth, it's finally seeing it yourself. Thank you so much for exploring this with me today. Take sweet care of your heart, trust your journey, and I will see you in the next explainer.